So everybody, I wanted to let people know about fair use laws. There are already laws on the books about fair use. And for all the people here that are on the side of telling the truth and, trying to use excerpts from other people's videos or breaking up a video and pointing it out, but most of it's your content, all of those things are already protected under fair use. Now, what YouTube is trying to do to certain channels is give away false strikes that they're illegal because they are not, they can't, and they're using some of these to try to close channels. And if everybody can remember, what they were doing was trying now not to let you use the actual video but just the voice to harass people. And they actually can't do that. If you are using a video under fair use, and even especially if you have the person's permission, they can't do anything about it. And every single video that we make, everybody, we are the rightful owner. So all of my videos I own. It's called, I'm the owner of that intellectual property. And they do not own it. They can't delete it when they don't like the content. They can't give people a fake strike. And there was a lawsuit won last year against fair use. And I'm going to put the link in here and on my blog because I want people to understand how powerful the laws to protect us already are. And what YouTube is doing is they are trying to fake the statutes of the law into policy. And in order for you to sign to be able to use YouTube, they're trying to state that you have no rights and only they do. And the reason this case is so significant and important is because in court, under federal law and fair use law, their policy and their that they make you sign to use YouTube is ineffective. And this person that had a video and they didn't like the fact that these people made fun of it, they sued them. And it took over a year and a half, and they were the defendants, not the plaintiffs. They were being sued. Like, say, someone makes fun of you in a video. They have that icky freedom of speech to do so up to a certain point. They can't make it criminal, but they can, actually just point out. And I guess what somebody did, I didn't know about this channel until I heard about this lawsuit victory. They made fun of somebody and broke up a video that they did and then pointed out why. And that is all fair use. And so when we don't like it and when something's not flattering, as long as they don't cross the line into actual defamation and slander and harassment over it, and that then becomes a cybercrime and cyberbullying, it can be done. So in this case, they won. They were the defendants, and the people that sued them lost. So I'm assuming there was likely a counterclaim in order to pay for what it cost them to fight it, which it took a year and a half. And in all kinds of cases like this, you usually don't get to know. They usually have you sign a disclosure that you won't tell the settlement amount. And when they settle, I've settled cases, and you settle it privately, and the amount isn't even filed in the court. It's filed on a separate document that they give to you, and it's not part of the case. It'll just be under stipulation of dismissal, and the two parties agreed on blank and blank. And if you're smart, you don't reveal your winnings, because then you have people judging you and wanting to sue and wanting to have you help them if they need money, and it gets really crazy. It's like when somebody wins the lottery. So what we're suing and going forward with in this is for all these harassment things they're doing to people that are using fair use. And anybody that wanted to and had my permission, especially to use my videos, they would have been able to use my voice and my video as well, because that is called fair use. And what YouTube has done to try to not let any channel look popular, and not let people spread truth and use our actual videos with our voices. They've tried to just trip it up. And that is the basis of part of our lawsuit. Because there are people that have asked me and had my permission to use my videos, and instead of allowing that, YouTube has tripped that up by making laws that aren't real, and they go against fair use, and these people that want the right to use whatever videos they want. And we've got that in court, and these people won that case, and it just reaffirms the law. They won last year in August. But the reason they won is because the judge in that matter applied the Constitution and the laws that are already on the books. So what I want to assure people that think they've signed a contract, and it now Google has and YouTube have gotten so crazy there, we can terminate you, we can eliminate you, we can not keep you on the air, we can this, we can that. No, they can't. And this is what I've been trying to tell people. When they're a private company, and every private company has the same things, they cannot harass, discriminate, abuse, violate, pick on somebody, and abuse fair use. And they can't target people, as they have been, with false strikes for copyright infringement when that has not happened. And so if anybody can remember a little while back, I always use my face and then put links in or put it on my blog of how to do my channel. What they tried to do with me is they took out my voice. They edited my own video, everybody, and they took out my voice and went straight to the person's video that I had put underneath and tried to give me a fake copyright strike. And I was already in lawsuit with them, and I ended up filing a motion for that, which I'm still going to have ruled on, even though they took it off, because they can't do that. But they did erase the strike off my account. But what they were and still are trying to do is find any reason to take off all of us from the internet. And it's not going to work, and it's not going to happen. And the fight and fight and fight is still going to have to happen with all of us, because they're losing it over the fact that finally now so many more people are wide awake. And that case sets the most recent precedent against their abuses of the own words they put into their language when they make you sign up. And what they do to these younger kids is they say, oh, you've got to sign this and this, and you don't have any recourse. And they do. It's called the law. And what they're basically forcing you to sign it in order to even have access to their website, so you don't have a choice. And there's a problem even with that. And it will be addressed in the future, because they cannot force you to sign something and then abuse you because they don't like your content once you get signed in, and do everything lawful and correct, and then start tampering with your account and harassing you and giving you fake strikes. And the other thing is, the reason that people like us can't do live streams is because the live streams are so popular now, and so many thousands of people are going in. They're trying to ban them because they don't want all of us talking together and getting, more awake. And again, they can't even do that. By blocking anybody from fair use or from their right to have live streams, which is a feature that is offered, they can't not do it, and they can't ban you from it, and they just ban somebody from it, destroying the illusion, for 90 days. And they can't do it for anybody. And so one of the things that we're fighting for is the fact that they're making, they're letting other people live stream that probably have garbage content, and yet somebody that's building up the truth, watching the Q map, having people converse together, they're saying you can't do it. And it's like, yes, they can. Now they have to fight and choose to fight. And that's one of the problems, is they're targeting these younger kids that are just not thinking in their life that they were ever going to have to engage in a lawsuit. But unfortunately, in our system of justice, the only way to resolve any kind of a dispute and a difference is to take the law inside the books into a court and have somebody decide. And when people can trust a judge, you can have it done by a judge. And if not, you have to depend on a jury and really be able to present your case and make it appear to them like, what would you do if this was happening to you? Because what you want to end up doing is getting the trust and the empathy from people inside of a jury that wouldn't want that happening to them. And so you talk and present yourself, not all swears and angry and whatever. You talk in a way that, can you imagine if all you wanted to do was try to tell somebody something and they silenced your voice? And when you do it in a rational way, that is how you get people to believe and understand you and put themselves in your shoes and then win. And of course, the law is on your side. They get copies of the law when they're making these kinds of decisions. Thank you.